Welcome to Hot and Spicy.
Cut. Emily, why aren't you dressed?
It's okay. Today's dish actually means chilled. I'm just getting into character. Today's dish is called Moussaka'a, which means chilled in Arabic. How great is that?
No, hang on, Emily. It means chilled as in refrigerated, not chilled as in relaxed.
Ooh, oops. Oh well, it was good while it lasted. I better go and get changed into something more presentable then. I'm here today with Claude Shaheen and Maria Lazati, who refer to themselves as the Lentil Ladies. So girls, what are you going to be cooking up for me today?
We're not cooking lentils today, are we?
We're not cooking lentils.
We're cooking Maria's favourite dish.
Yes.
What's that called?
Which is the moussaka'a, aubergine moussaka'a.
Moussaka'a actually means chilled in Arabic. However, unlike our English version of chilled, which some people may take to mean relaxed, this version of chilled actually refers to the dish's cool temperature. However, moussaka'a is actually thought by many to have descended from Egypt, though the whereabouts of its origin is debated. It is proposed that a 13th century Arabic cookbook known as Baghdad Cookery is where the recipe was first cited.
It's not a Greek dish, actually. It's a Lebanese dish,
yes.
Even if the name could be misleading, because moussaka'a in Lebanon is an aubergine dish.
It's usually called Moussaka'a, which is cooled. And it's a dish that is made with aubergines, onions, a few spices, and sort of uncooked chickpeas, which we're going to peel and then put in the dish. And we'll show you how to do this. It's a very simple dish which is eaten at room temperature, which is probably why it's called Moussaka'a.
That means chilled in Arabic,
Chilled,
isn't it?
yeah. And it's not like the Greek dish with the béchamel and meat. It's actually meat-free. And so for vegetarians, it's quite healthy, and it has the protein that you find in the chickpeas and all the good minerals that are in the chickpeas.
To give moussaka'a a try, you will need 1 kilogram of aubergine, 2 red onions, 2 white onions, 200 grams soaked uncooked chickpeas, 1 tablespoon of tomato concentrate, 300 ml of boiling water, 8 garlic cloves, olive oil, half a teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of allspice, and half a teaspoon of paprika. So what's the first step?
The first step, I think, is the best thing is to start peeling these aubergines. I like to peel them because I think the color looks nicer with the red tomato paste. Shall I get to do one?
Yes.
Yes, would you
definitely.
Basically, what you need to do is cut off the top, which we're going to put here, and then we use the peeler to get rid of the skin.
Okay.
And so you do
my
one,
best.
and Maria.
Yes.
I think Maria needs to help me out. Definitely.
No, you're very good. You are very good. Yes. Very well.
Dice the aubergines into sort of medium-sized cubes, which we're going to saute with a bit of olive oil to give them a bit of color and also to soften them. While Maria's doing this, I would like to show you how. These are soaked chickpeas. They're not cooked. They're soaked, but you can almost eat them like this. I soak them with a little bit of salt to help peeling them. I want them peeled. I don't want my chickpeas with a peel on. And I'm not going to cook them separately. They're going to cook in the stew.
Yeah.
Why must they be soaked overnight?
Because chickpeas are dry, and so you need to rehydrate them in order to be able to cook them, otherwise they will never cook. You can spend 8 hours trying to cook chickpeas that have not been soaked. And what we do is we put a little bit of these chickpeas here.
And they're peeled.
And then we're going to give them a little bang or a little squeeze with the rolling pin to help release the skin. And it makes a huge difference when you peel them. They cook a little bit faster because we're not cooking them separately. Usually when you cook chickpeas, you need about an hour and a half for them to cook. Here they're going to be cooking about 40 minutes with the stew. So they will remain and retain a little bit of their crunchiness. So to peel the chickpeas, you just knock it about a bit to sort of move it, and then you press it with between the thumb and the forefinger.
So you make a little incision, Maria was
Yeah.
showing me, and then it goes everywhere. So I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I like to add also they are more beautiful because they are shiny.
They are. It's delicious.
Let's put this away for now because we've got enough here. We don't
Yeah.
need more than that. And we're going to take the olive oil and the cut aubergines and start medium heat really. Add a bit of olive oil on your hot pan, and then you add the aubergines. About half as much. Stir it a bit. The aubergines have a tendency to absorb a lot of oil, so you have to be patient. In order not to put too much. I don't like deep frying. I like to use less oil.
That makes it healthier.
Which makes it healthier. Yeah. This will take a bit of time as we need to brown the aubergines.
How long?
I would say it depends on the aubergine, on your type of stir, but I would say about 10 minutes. Now I'm going to, for a start we have four onions, 2 red ones and 2 white ones that we're going to add to this moussaka'a, which is going to add flavour.
Why must you have the 2 different colours?
These are a little bit sweeter, so they add an extra dimension to the dish. I like them. Traditionally they're made with white onions, but I quite like adding
I find it goes with your
bit.
kind of
it goes
your
really
fragrant
well
spices.
with the spices, yeah.
Because you use fragrant spices rather than
Spicy
spices.
yes,
Definitely.
absolutely.
I'm so glad.
Right, now that we've finished chopping the onions, we're going to saute them in a little bit of olive oil. To do this, I'm going to add a little bit of salt to stop them from browning. When you add salt in your onions, this is something I've learned from Maria, it stops them from browning, and we don't want them to brown in this particular case. We just want them to color a little bit, but not too much. So it's a fair amount of cut onions that you have here, but it never is too much, because as you know, onions have a lot of water, and once they cook, there's a lot less left in your plate. And we add a little bit of salt. This takes about, the process here will take probably about 8 minutes. So now that the onions are cooked, we're going to add garlic. These are about 8 cloves of garlic, which I have ground to a paste, so you have a nice sort of easy paste to start from. Garlic you never cook for too long because it tends to become slightly bitter if it's overcooked. So you really toss it with the with the onions for about a minute or so. And then we're going to add the spices and the rest of the ingredients. In the meantime, Maria, may I please ask you to add this, dilute this in a little bit of water, hot water. And so the spices are black pepper and allspice. Do you know allspice?
Vaguely. I mean, I know it's not one of the spicy spices.
It is not a spicy spice,
It's a
but
fragrant spice.
yeah, I like to add a bit of paprika, but I'm a stickler for red things, so I like.
It's not part of the original recipe.
It's not really.
I mean,
No.
I thought this recipe came from the Baghdad cookery book, the 13th century book.
Yes, yeah. I mean,
true?
there is a mention of aubergines and chickpeas in that book. However, you know, food along with time it actually evolves and changes, and but it's fascinating that we still have a record of.
It's one of the first ever cookery books.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
I know. And now we're going to add the aubergines that we've just finished cooking. Mix the whole thing together. So, and I will add a little bit more salt just to make sure that we have enough salt.
And is that again to kind of ease the cooking process?
No, this is really now seasoning.
That's just
now we're
seasoning
seasoning. Most of the ingredients are cooked separately. Now we're going to stew them together. So they're going to come together. And this is a little bit of tomato paste, which we've diluted with some water.
And the consistency should be quite runny, not thick.
Yes, yes. We're going to leave this to stew on low heat for about 30 minutes. And then you'll have a moussaka, which will be ready to eat at room temperature, which you can serve, as I said at the beginning, with either a slice of meat, roast meat, or with fish, or even on its own. It's quite nice to eat with Arabic bread. So now I'm just cutting a little bit of parsley to garnish my delicious aubergines, which are now cooked.
Lovely.
And we're going to serve them in this lovely earthenware dish, which is quite old actually. They don't do these anymore.
Is parsley just for aesthetics?
It's just for aesthetics.
It doesn't add kind
Yes, no.
of... It's already been done whilst it's cooking.
And so this is lovely and well cooked, and you can see the chickpeas are still sort of whole, and the aubergines are really nice and soft, which is exactly how we want them to be.
I like it with pecorino. Pecorino is a cheese coming from Tuscany or Sardinia, and the pecorino toscano, a bit mature. With this, for me, it's heaven. It's delicious, delicious. As a simple but quite sophisticated dish.
Very nice. And presentation is very important in Lebanon.
Presentation is very important, yes.
Yeah. To give Moussaka'a a try, you will need 1 kilogram of aubergine, 2 red onions, 2 white onions, 200 grams soaked uncooked chickpeas, 1 tablespoon of tomato concentrate, 300 ml of boiling water, 8 garlic cloves, olive oil, half a teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of allspice, and half a teaspoon of paprika. It's delicious. It's absolutely lovely.
Maria, I'm always interested by Maria.
Yes, I like it.
Partner in crime.
Wow. It doesn't actually taste like aubergine anymore. It's absorbed all the flavours.
And also, you feel the spices, but not so hot, because Lebanese cuisine is not really spiced, but I like the flavor, different flavor from Italy.
That's the difference between Italian food and Lebanese food. You rely on herbs, we use spices.
Yeah.
So we have the same ingredients.
Yeah.
Whatever you're doing works. Definitely works. Moussaka'a is a rich source of carbohydrates which can be very beneficial for athletes as they require lots of energy, and as carbs are our body's primary source of fuel, the dish is perfect for them. The meal also provides 5 grams of dietary fibre, which is an essential nutrient for proper health. Fibre helps you manage your cholesterol and blood sugar levels and is needed for keeping the digestive system healthy. It also promotes regular bowel movements and keeps you feeling fuller for longer. That's all from me, Claude and Maria today, and from the Hot and Spicy team. This time, hot and spicy doesn't just mean spicy spices, but it can also mean fragrant spices, like Claude and Maria have shown me today. So until next time, be sure to keep it hot and spicy.